Yo, what is up, everyone? Figured I'd do a little late night stream. I haven't done one in a while. And if you want to join the show, just click this StreamYard link right here. I figure what we'll do is if people want to join, we'll give them 5 minutes each and we'll kind of cycle through. And if only one person joins, then they'll have the whole time. So if you want to join, click that link. If not, we're going to check out some subwoofer boxes right now. So until somebody joins, let's check this out. I've kind of been looking. Hold up. Let's do this. All right. So I've been looking at some prefabs after Andy's stream. I just wanted to, like, who makes the best prefabs that you can buy right now? So let's share through and we'll kind of look at them. And you guys let me know what you think. So while I'm on this screen, obviously I won't be able to see who joins, but I'll periodically check back. Let's start with the Down for Sound prefabs. So I think these are pretty reasonably priced for what you get. The single 8-inch enclosure at 119. Let's check it out. Let's kind of see what it has, what features it has. For one thing, it's got a pretty decent terminal. Looks like it's countersunk, nice coating, obviously a huge Down for Sound logo up top, so you may or may not like that depending on, what kind of build you got going on. But these are well put together enclosures in my experience. They're not bad at all. So for 119, I think these are pretty strong, um, especially for 8-inch, which is cheap. The other one that I wanted to check out was the. Let's do this one right here, and I'll try to catch the comments as I can. So this is another one, and these look so similar to the Scar enclosures, and they are probably made in the same exact spot. But that being said, the Scar enclosures I think are fairly good for the money. Um, it's you're not probably going to get. It's not like the Down for Sound Profab level, but I would say for a prefab, it's pretty solid for the money. Obviously, you got the logo here, which is it's smaller. The Down for Sound one's like a huge logo, but for $90, I mean, that's something to consider for sure. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments here. See what you guys like. Fox Acoustic, yeah, we'll check them out too. We'll see. I'm sure those are going to be pretty expensive though. Fox Acoustics, another one. All right. I just saw some from Net Audio that look good. Okay, we'll check those out. Savard loaded prefabs. Yeah, loaded prefabs are great, but sometimes you already got the subwoofer. What's up? Yo, Chris, what's going on, my man? E-Dud. Yes, okay. So while we got E-Dud's comment up here, let's check out the other company that I was looking at, which is GP. So before I get into the GP, let me add the link here. And if you guys are bored, want to join the show, have a topic, pop in using that link right there. So let's check out the GP. Now these are a little more expensive. So you're looking at a single 8. It's going to be 130. The difference here is it looks like you're getting a double baffle. It's not finished, so there is that. You're going to have to finish it however you want yourself. But it is nice that it's double baffle, so I think that's worth it. It doesn't take too much to put a bed liner or something on here to make it look nice. Let's see if it has. It kind of shows you The subwoofers that'll work. The net internal volume, 0.65 cubic foot, tuned at 35 hertz. That's acceptable for an 8-inch subwoofer on both parts. So yeah, that's another solid option. It's probably maybe one step up from the prefabs because it has a double baffle, but it's one step back because it's not completely finished. So it just depends on what you're going for. If you want to finish it, then that's all good. The best prefabs are, of course, the stew boxes. MTI, yes, those are pretty expensive. Let's see here. Yep, the GP boxes are nice. Gately, of course, super nice. Very expensive. Not that they're not worth it, but they're expensive. Let's see. Yeah, here you go. You want to take out a loan? Yeah, they're expensive. I mean, you get, in that case, you get what you pay for, and maybe you're paying a little bit extra for the cool design. I mean, they're just cool boxes. De Novo audio flat packs from Parts Express are pretty nice. Yeah, that's pretty. I was looking at those today myself. Sonic's enclosures. Okay, so let me stop screen. I have that one pulled up as well. Let's check it out. So these ones, on the other hand, man, these don't really look all that good. Uh, I don't know. They're probably all right, but for this money, I would lean towards the Scar enclosures or the CT Sounds enclosures because they just look, a notch below. They don't look like they're up to par. In my opinion. I mean, you guys might like them a little bit better than I do, but yo, we got our first guy in here. Let me add him on the stream.
Hey,
what's happening, man?
Not much. First off, everything sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, cool. I'm just using my phone right now because I don't have my laptop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Loud and clear, man. Loud and clear.
Sweet.
So what you got going on?
Not much.
What do you think about these Sonic Electronics boxes?
They look pretty solid.
Yeah,
to me.
I don't know, man.
It's a small screen, so I can't see a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I would probably lean, I would probably lean the CT Sounds or the Scar box over this, and I'm assuming a bunch of these are made by A-Trend, and I actually have an A-Trend prefab I've been meaning to review. I just haven't got a chance.
I will say, personally, I do lean more towards the Scar and CT Sound boxes.
Yeah.
If for no other reason than I hate gray carpeting on boxes.
Yeah.
It always looks terrible after a week.
It definitely does. All right. Oh, hold up. Oh man. All right, we got Electro in the chat. So I didn't put on the timer, Blake. So let me stop sharing this and we'll talk about your subject for 5 minutes, and then we'll squeeze in our next guy.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do you dirty this time. All
yeah.
Right. We're ready. So what you got?
I don't know. I just showed up to hang out.
Just to hang out. No topic. So what you been doing then?
Lately I've been trying and failing to get the I've got that 64 amp hour headway bank, and I've been trying and failing to get it in my car. Because the issue that I'm running into right now is that I'm at it's the semester, so I'm at college right now, and God, I always lose my train of thought. Yeah, I'm at college right now, so I've only got a couple days a week that I'm actually at my house where I can work on stuff.
Yeah.
And so it'll be like, yeah, so I'll show up at the house, do one thing, and then go, crap, I need this like other part, like a hammer crimp or whatever.
Yeah.
And so then I have to wait like it's only a day or two for Amazon to ship it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be able to use it until next week.
Right. Yeah. That's always the like you think you've ordered everything. And you're like, yeah, I'm set. I'm gonna build this up. It's like shit. I forgot a connector or just something small that you can't run to the store and get. Like Home Depot's not gonna have it.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. So it's truly a pain.
Yeah, and the this weekend I've got everything done, but then I was like I've got the battery all like built and everything. I was getting ready to put it in my car. For one thing, it's like 30 degrees out, and I didn't bring a jacket with me because, of course. The other problem is that one of the lugs just pulled off, which is never good. So
that's definitely not good.
I did not do a good job crimping them the first time around, it turns out.
Crimping ain't easy. You got to use a hammer crimp, man. Dove Team, do you work for them? It's highly upset. Did I say Sonics instead of Sonic? It's Sonic Electronics, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. You guys know I don't speak correctly. So you had a lug pull off.
Yeah.
And so are you using the $29 board?
Yeah.
I want to do some more testing with that, and 1,000 and some cheap, like some Gems Eco bars.
Mm-hmm.
And just like see what the difference is, maybe do some heat testing and see what's what on those.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Also, I do not trust that like thin little PCV to support 500 amps continuous.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I don't.
Really
he done it for 7 minutes in his video at 500 amps. Jehu Garcia, the guy who done them, who had those printed up, he done it for 7 minutes.
Yeah,
which is a long time. I mean, if you can draw,
I mean, you shouldn't be discharging headway bank at like 500 amps for 7 straight minutes, anyways.
And I don't think you could. I mean, you would have to have significant charging.
Yeah.
And I done the NVX amp, and it drew the headway bank down like that, dude. It was nothing. It drew it down. That's with 200 amp power supplies. So
yeah, that NVX amp pulled a lot of current.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is it's actually pretty efficient. I mean, it's like it's not like high efficiency, but it was low 70s.
Yeah,
it's not terrible,
Yeah, it's pretty average for those like Chinese full bridge amplifiers.
Yeah,
I remember Derek's like first test of the Sundown SFB. It was like his first test of like the SFB 1000. It was like 72% efficient at 4 ohms, and I was like, "Ooh, how's it gonna hold up?" And then it was like 71% at 1 ohm.
Yep.
Oop.
All right, Blake. What I'm gonna do is I'll just put you in the background if you want, and after these guys get their turn, if you want to join back in,
cool.
It's cool with me.
I can do that.
Either way, yeah. All right, we gotta get ready here. Put you in the background. Yo, what's happening?
Hello. Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing good. What time is it there?
It's 11 a.m. in Thailand.
11 a.m. in Thailand. So what's going on, man? You got a topic? You got anything to talk about?
Oh, I was just going to say, so last week I went to a meet. Yeah, they have meets here every Saturday. So I went to one last week. So impressive. But everything is lacks bass. There's no bass in any of the setups.
That's funny. That's kind of
strange.
what Dean was saying when he went over that way. That it was was totally different.
Yeah, 4 15-inch subs, right? No low bass, no rumble, just punch, pure punch.
Wow. So where are you originally from then?
UK, from England.
So what's the bass scene like there versus Thailand?
Well, I stopped going into it. I mean, but yeah, it's good. No, you have the bass in England. Yeah, like everything now here is like Brazilian style, massive LEDs, big subs,
stump walls.
Oh yeah, all that. But no sub. It's just. I looked up the speakers, and a lot of them are all these tar amp style speakers. Yeah. You know, like I say, 15-inch, 12-inch, and you look at the specs, they're just 50 hertz. That's it.
Wow.
FS 50 hertz.
Yeah.
You just think...
Have you seen the video that the Terramps semi, where the people are standing like maybe 50 yards back, and it's blowing their shirt just with mid-range, like 12?
Yes. Well, yeah, I did a video, and what they did, they've got about 6 or 8 cars all lined up, and it's all controlled by one head unit or one unit, which powers every car. So all cars are just slamming the same music. But it's very impressive, very impressive. It's just...
I want to experience that. Because I have experienced a stunt wall, but not to that level. Like where the mids are just blowing my shirt back. One time, but with earplugs in, because I'd like not.
It is loud. Yeah, it's just so surprised. You know, you're seeing all these subs, but there is no sub. They're just it's just punch, and they're just moving. You know, they're just moving like a quarter of an inch.
Yeah. We did hear one when me and Derek went to the finals in Kentucky. There was a guy with a van. He had 12-inch pro style mids and a bunch of super tweeters, and like this was tuned a lot differently than you expect. This is the loudest single vehicle I've ever heard in my life. We could hear the words clearly from about 6, 7, 8 blocks away, like it was a car driving by you. Wow, that's how loud it was, and it was super impressive. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because every time we were out, you know, he was in or we heard it going to lunch, so we just kind of never met. But yeah, it was super impressive.
Yeah, the I mean, all these cars are designed just to park up, open the doors, and just, you know, blow you away. You know, even the hatchback, or not hatchbacks, what do you call them? Saloons. When they lift up the trunk, just speakers in the trunk, just all of it, just hit you in the face. So must sound terrible.
What style of music are they playing?
Everything. I mean, a lot of Thai music is dancey Thai music. It is all just weird, but they do play, you know, Western music as well. But yeah, it can be a bit harsh. They all love their tweeters. Like
the bullet tweeters.
The bullets.
Yeah.
You can't listen to them, you know, within 3 meters. you know,
that's what gets you. Like the bullet tweets are great when you're listening to the bass with them, but like when you're getting a demo, here's what happens. You're getting a demo, like they went full tilt, they gave you all the subs they had, and it's like the amps are going low, they got to cut those subs off before, you know, we run into trouble. That's where the trouble starts, because now for probably 30 seconds you're getting blasted by the pro mids and the tweeters with no bass at all, which probably is very similar to you just experienced. But it literally will melt your face off.
Yeah, so when I finally get my install back in my car, I'm positive my 2 8-inch subs are just so much deeper and lower than their entire range of vehicles.
You might blow their minds. I'd be like, what is this?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, mine's all my old Rockford Fosgate gear. But I just shocked. It's like, oh, look at that. That's massive. That's going to sound good. It's like, what? Where's it? Where's the sound? But they've got all these big speakers, like I say, but they're all in tiny boxes, tiny ported boxes. Yeah. About the same size as the box the speaker comes in. That's how small these boxes are, and ported.
It sort of reminds me. You guys probably didn't have this commercial, but did you ever see the Wendy's commercial with the old lady talking about where's the beef?
Oh, I know of it. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's what it reminds me.
It is that. Oh, it's totally that. It's like, that looks good. It must sound amazing. No, sounds okay, but
right.
Yeah, you play a 30 hertz rebased track, you're not hearing it. You know, it'd be like rebased? No. But their install stuff is second to none. Honestly, it's so impressive. Even Stu loved the all the LED lights and all that sort of stuff. It's really impressive. And when you get all the cars lined up, all running off one single head unit, then it just sounds great.
Yeah, that's how I love like the different cultures, how they approach their just car culture in general. I like, especially when it leans towards car audio.
Yeah, the guy who does it, I went to his shop the other day, and he's got one of these MTX sledgehammer subs. Cost him $10,000.
Wow!
It weighs, what's it? 380 pounds.
That's the one they used in Pimp My Ride.
22-inch, and he's turned it into a coffee table, even though it's fully functioning. That's
an expensive coffee table.
Yeah, $10,000 it cost him. He imported it from America.
Wow!
But I've never seen a sub like it. Never even knew it existed, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very cool. Have you? So he's asking thoughts on Bearvid's video. Have you got to see his series on the enclosures?
Yeah. Well, Sam, you didn't live that far from me. I chatted to him a few times online, but his sub stuff was great. And yesterday we was all talking with him because he did a live stream, and he's showing the future boxes he's about to print out. But I did ask him if he could do a sealed box so we can get a complete, spectrum of what a sealed box will be like in a real sort of scenario compared to all these fancy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Fourth orders, and he said, he'll probably just plug the holes up in his first built box and turn that into a sealed. Because I like sealed boxes myself. That's because I prefer the sound, but each to their own, right?
Yeah,
like different things.
Yeah, sealed's great, man. It depends on what you're looking for. Yo, appreciate it, David. Join in, man. Call in on the live stream. Let me make sure my. Oh, I didn't start it. All right.
No, no problems. No problems. Right. I mean, if you wanted to see some of the photos I took, they are in Andy's stream. Sorry, not stream. Andy's Discord.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. Yeah, like I said with Blake, if you want to hang out and stay in the loop after Sean, you're more than welcome to.
Yep. Oh, it's all good.
All right. Good chatting.
Yeah.
Sean, what's up, man?
What's going on, Vega?
What you got going?
On the box topic, I wanted to talk to you about boxes.
Yeah. So what you thinking?
I've had a number of different enclosures, and lately it's been a couple of the Q-bomb ones because I got good deals on them, but found out that some of the panels and stuff they use are really, really thin, like 1/2 inch on some of it, which I guess is fine for a low-powered application. But I noticed in my F-150 box, you'd hit certain notes, certain frequencies, and you'd get like this weird vibration.
Resonance. Yep.
More
and
than
a lot of them have panel
other
vibrations too. Some of them.
And I couldn't put my finger on it until today. So found out they use 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom of the box. Like, yes, it's rhino lined, but still,
right?
Yeah.
It's so. What are you thinking then? Which one are you thinking about picking up?
Definitely Fox Acoustics. I switch out subs all the time. It's kind of like a little test bench of mine, so to say, and just trying to find the right combination.
What do those run? I'll pull those up. Flocked acoustics. I haven't looked at those in a long time.
So like a single 10-inch ported box for my F-150, it's like $275. A dual one's like $350. Honestly, not too bad for the price.
All right, let's pull it up and see here. Oh, okay. This is the ones that Baba started off with. Are they all custom, or they have non-vehicle specific here?
Dean recommended them as well.
A single ported 10, 150. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, under the vehicle specific tab, if you choose Ford and then Super Crew, the single 10-inch model is what I was looking at because I got a Type R that I have new. I haven't. It's just in the spec built box. I don't have anything specific, but I think that's what I'm going to go with because it would work really well with my Kenwood 5-channel amp, just running one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't see why this box would not be good for you because, Bubba says still have it, runs like a champ. Gately Alpha's in it, so he's got the dual or the quad, but I mean, if it's handling that kind of power, I don't think you'd have any trouble with it.
Yeah, I mean, put it in perspective, like, yes, the price of the Q-Bomb is definitely a lot better. However, I'm seeing now why. The Rhinoliner is nice, but still, it's half the, well, compared to their dual enclosure, it's literally half the price. So, I mean, that should tell you right there.
Yeah, definitely. And I like, let me see, because I didn't even know that they made non-specific ones.
Yeah, I was looking at that this morning. I was looking at the dual ones to see what they look like because everyone's got their own port design. I don't really like the side ported enclosures, and Q-Bombs seems to be famous for that. Maybe in an SUV that would be better, but I don't think that's better in a car trunk.
Wow, these are strange. You
I
see
know.
how it's just like long. It's almost like a base tube.
Yeah, it like goes on the left side of your
these are
trunk.
supposed to be the ears of the Fox for the port.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to order one just to play with it. This style.
Yeah, some kind of space saver, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it doesn't look bad. It's just different. Yeah, I guess that's a good thing. At least you want something a little bit different.
Yeah, I try to work around the amps that I have because I'm not trying to run a, super high powered setup. I'm more of a sound quality kind of guy, but I like the low end bass, which is why I like smaller subs and ported boxes because then you get the lows and you don't have to run crazy power to push them.
Yeah, I prefer that as well. Ran one of the first Gately Plex enclosures back in 01, 10-inch seal, when he was selling on messing boards before he even had official business. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Trucker's right on this. The Q-Bomb tends to tune high. That's one of the issues with them. Their tuning's up there. I suspect you get one of these other boxes, you'll probably like the low end extension a little bit better.
Yeah, I've noticed as well, very vehicle specific. Like you put subs in a trunk and they'll hit lower than like in the, cab of a truck, just not enough airspace.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Did I ever get back to you with that Kenwood? That we talked about, the Kenwood amp?
I don't think so, no.
It's toast, man. I hooked it up. I meant to message you back, but yeah, it's toast. I thought that it was working, but I was like, I'm gonna hook it up and just see, and no, it's done for.
No worries.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you stay on unless Electro wants to come back on. If no one wants to join, got any other topics you want to talk about?
Yeah, I've done a lot of back and forth. I have two vehicles, both with Kenwood Exelon 5-channel amps, and I really like the sound quality. The size of it, especially. They're really small amps, and what do you think about sound quality of different brand amps? I mean, I know it's kind of like you got to listen to it kind of thing to understand, but if you were to compare, like, let's say a Tar Amps 4-channel versus like a Kenwood Exelon 4-channel, do you think there's that big of a difference? Or do you think it's more of like more power with, a cleaner signal, like less
Yeah.
likely to clip kind of thing?
I know on the torrent specifically, for mid range, I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I can tell that they sound a little harsher, a little more gain noise floor stuff versus a Kenwood, which I think compares pretty much to just about any mainstream amp. Like a Kenwood is basically as good as like most Rockford Fosgate amps, most kicker amps. It's on the same level. Tar amps for mids to me is a little bit harsh. Now tar amps on subs, or I'll speak to the sound cubes on subs that I'm running, which is basically a Chinese clone. I've had no issues, no complaints with it. I think it plays pretty well. I don't have any noise issues. I don't have any sound quality issues. I've been pretty happy with it. Could it be better? Sure, but for the price that it is, I think that it sounds pretty good on subs.
Yeah, I grabbed one of the TS 400 Tar amps, like the $60 one on Amazon. I'm like, how bad could it be? And it honestly wasn't terrible, but that gain, I mean, if you turned it anything more than like 20% of the way up, it clipped like really bad.
Yeah,
Even with a higher voltage input, like you could really hear the difference, especially on a speaker. It would just go from clean to just horrible sounding.
yeah, and you could definitely there is some instances where you can tell the difference, and there's some. It depends on what you're doing. Are you critically listening to it like at a S quality or an SQ competition? So if you're doing that, then yeah, you're going to be able to hear the differences because you have a very low noise around you. You're in the car with it off, windows up, and you're listening to it. Now, if you're playing music with your subwoofers at 130 plus dB, you're probably going to be in a situation where you're not going to be able to tell as much of a difference. So it depends on how you listen to in your car, in my opinion, anyhow.
Yeah, I don't have a crazy setup in my truck, but it definitely sounds better than my car. I have Kicker CS 6.5 components in my Jetta, and then 6.5 coaxial in the rear. I have the smaller 5-channel Kenwood amp in there. It sounds pretty good. I think the Kicker speakers sound really flat in comparison to the Alpine Type S components I have in my truck. And I
Yeah.
have the bigger Kenwood 5-channel in there with a JL sound processor running off the factory head unit, and that seems to be a fuller sound compared to the Kicker speakers. They're ever so slightly brighter in the
Yeah.
in the good range.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, speakers are so, yeah. It's easier to compare amps and speakers sometimes because speakers are so wildly different depending on what parts they use, how the crossovers, the caps, or whatever they're using on them is versus another speaker. Unless you're comparing raw driver to raw driver, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, the speakers in my truck, I mean, Type S 6x9 components. I mean, those were only like $150, and I'm still really impressed with the sound quality. They can install like a coaxial speaker because they have inline crossovers, and I mean, I'm giving them more power than they're supposed to have, and still pretty impressed with the sound quality. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're not as good as Type R's, but I'm pretty happy with them.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not as big a difference as you might think. Like Brian says, the system is for you, and it's so personal that it's hard unless you know that this person kind of likes the same kind of sound that you do. It's hard to say, okay, I'll listen to this person. Like I know my buddy, Jason has a pretty good ear. It's very similar to mine. Derek even has like if he says he likes it, then I know I'm probably gonna like it because I've listened to the very same cars with him. And we had a lot of the same opinions, so it's tough.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone's got a different ear, so it's hard
Yeah,
to really gather that. I mean, some people like their tweeters really harsh and some don't.
Right. Yeah. All right, Sean. Well, we got David in here. I'll put you in the background. You're welcome to cycle back through if you want. But it was a good chat, so I'm gonna drop you to the background and move David in, man.
Sounds good.
All right. Mr. Kozlik, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Decided to get on the Facebook or YouTubes today.
Yeah, man. I didn't have a whole bunch of stuff to do, so I was just, I finished up what I wanted to do this morning or this afternoon. So I haven't done a stream for the crew in a while.
Nice.
Figured I'd get up.
Nice. Yeah, I was just sitting out here being bored, playing around. No car audio stuff today, but definitely playing around on the rework station, soldering stuff up and playing around.
Yeah. Oh, I sent you more stuff to solder today.
Yeah. Looks like it. Looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been messing with JBL, that DSP 40x8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I done a dyno on it today. I'm gonna go through the features tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, but I'm gonna try to get the rest of the video tomorrow. That way I can edit it. But
it sounds like you guys play around with the toys for about 20 minutes and then take three weeks editing.
Yeah, it is, man. Well, here's what happens. Like,
but you guys do good videos, so I mean,
if I'm testing something that I like and I listen to it on speakers, then I just kind of get lost in it for a little while. So I'm like, oh, I wonder what this sounds like on it. What's this sound like? What's this sound like?
Yeah.
Of course, I don't show those all on YouTube because all you can use is the royalty-free stuff. But I do, like, when I'm forming my opinion, I do test.
I hope they change that at
like.
some point in time, man. I hope they come up with something to change that.
Well, I think they did come out with something, but it's like a profit sharing thing, and it's like I'm not even gonna mess with it. Which I wouldn't mind if it was like a set fee.
Yeah, if you could, if they had like a little buy-in thing, like pay like $5 a month or $50 a year or something like that, you can use whatever damn music you want to, or at least have a much larger variety where you gotta, where they all let whatever artists approve of the message.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Come on, we're all fans of your music too, man. We're sitting here putting it out there.
Yeah. I bet you they don't want to get like in a like, you can imagine what kind of YouTube channels are out there and they're like, oh my God, you put us on a night like a rap,
there is that
white nationalist like that. like oh no, don't do that.
No, I see. It could go wrong. Never mind. I think mostly audio stuff. So
yeah, that's what, because most of the people we're dealing with are normal. Well, I say normal, but we're not like extreme in that way. We're extreme in audio.
extreme audio. Yeah, maybe that's the thing.
Yeah,
just selective, just for the audio community.
Exactly. Who needs it? We're the ones that need it the most.
If there's no amps and speakers involved in your video, then you're flagged.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh man. So you got any audio projects coming up, or just hanging back?
Getting those Savards put together for the that I got from you. For my son's car. He got a new car, got rid of the bug, thank God. He wanted a system in that thing, and I had a little box and everything. I was going to put something in there, and then the thing just kept having issue after issue after issue. Like they were working on the thing more than he was driving it seemed like. So I was like,
yeah.
The worst part about doing a system, I'll swap out amps and speakers all day long. But doing a head unit and doing clean wiring, I only want to do that once.
Yeah.
Just once. I don't want to rip your car apart 15 times, and I sure don't want you to sell your busted up vehicle with $500 worth of cable in it. So I was really pumping the brakes on that whole thing, and now he's got a 2014 Ford Focus and nice car.
Is it
nice
a hatch? Is it a hatch or
no? It's trunk.
Oh,
Trunk style.
If it was a hatch, you could have been beaten. It'd be good in a trunk though too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with that one, and then the whole Jeep thing turned into. I mean, I guess time flies by. So
yeah,
the next son in line is like hot on a mission to get all his hours in for driving. So he'll have a license in no time at all. So it's like, well, I was gonna piggyback it with my Fosgate thing to maybe make it to like one slam or something like that with the old school Fosgate stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna blow like $400 just in freaking wire. Then I'm gonna, man, I could put thousands of dollars worth of stuff in that car just to take it all back out because he ain't gonna have my Fosgate stuff. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just figured, nope, forget about that one. That's about it. So really, my build right now is just me messing around with stuff in the house. I'm doing stupid, crazy, loud stuff in the house, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's so
I see the pictures. Yeah,
it's so stupid. It's so bad. It is so bad.
You're gonna be over there like boy, what's his name coming? Not coming to me right now. Mr. Showing Vega himself.
Oh, Dave.
Yes,
RGA.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you're getting on his level.
Oh man, I'm picking on his ear all the time, man. I'm messing with him. We spent a few hours on the phone as I'm buying through stuff, and I'm getting some good feedback. And I'll tell you what, the guy ain't steered me wrong yet. Cause boy, oh boy, I got people. Man, I got this lady about 1.5 miles away from our house. My direct neighbors don't even call the cops on me because they know I'm only playing around with it for like, maybe 30 minutes, super loud. Yeah. Like I'll play through like 5-6 songs that I just really want to hear hit, and then after that, it's just put it on a nice listening level, and that's about it. And I've already had the cops here like 3 times. She lives like 1.5 miles away.
Dang. All right, Dave. 5 minutes is up. You're welcome to sit in the background, and I'll cycle you back in if you'd like.
Take it easy. Nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, good chat, man. We'll kick back and we'll cycle back around to you.
Oh yeah.
All right. Ha ha. I didn't do it to you, Blake, but I got David. I cut him out right mid talking. I had to do it. I had to do it to somebody. Cody, what's up?
Not much.
How you doing, man?
Annoyed that I have to be on my phone. My computer won't let me use my camera.
hey, the phone works fine, man.
Yeah.
Works perfectly fine.
But it's been a long time since I've spoke to you. I've been on here once before.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I actually did do that build that I talked about that one time.
With all the little the factory 10s, the factory 8s, or the factory 10s?
It's sitting over there in the corner buried.
How'd it turn out?
I did a 138 in the windshield.
Wow.
It was supposed to only be like 800 watts, but the amp still clamped close to 950.
Wow.
It's a little Pioneer 800 by 1 sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Now.
138 on the windshield. Wow. Was that legal?
Like 54 halts. Like it was kind of obnoxious.
Dude, back in the day, sometimes we take it up to 80 hertz.
Well, thing is like it would play down in the 20s. Like I have videos of me playing 15 hertz in it, and it doesn't care.
Yeah, oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's sitting in the corner because I've done other things and moved on. And
so, how much do you think you got in that build?
The 8OEM8 build, I did the whole build for. If I don't include the amp, I did the whole thing for $60.
Wow,
and like I said, I still have them. Like heels sitting at my feet, all tangled up.
So
two of them I did isobaric with.
Are those the Bose? What are those drivers?
Can you see it?
Yeah, Ford.
Yeah, they're Fords.
Who made them?
Do I have the one that? Nope, I do not have the one that says Alpine. I think they're made by Alpine.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So, but yeah,
what's up,
$60 in that. What's funny is the build I have in my car now, I have $60 in, not including the amp, and it's doing like a 140 over 140.
Wow,
easily. Like it's getting down.
That's impressive.
I got some windshield flex, that windshield vibrations. I need Dynamat bad. Bad.
So what amp are you using in that?
Right now I have a Scar 1500 Marine. I did some trading and helped a buddy out and got it. And then I have a Neville can pronounce it right, so I have to look it up. I have to look at it. And I know I have a photo, I gotta find it. But I can never pronounce it with my speech impediment, so I'm just gonna spell it out once I find the photo.
Listen, man, you're in good company because I don't talk right either.
I just own it like it is what it is. There's nothing.
It's like, dude, I say everything a little bit wrong. Like everything, I never say it how it is. Like either add an S or something. So
it's a T-R-E-O.
Trio.
Yeah. It's like 700 watts, 750 watts on mass. I paid $30 for it. Yeah. Some dude's like, I don't know what this is. Don't know if it wonks. I was like, I'll take it.
And dude, those were kind of big around here for a minute. Back in the night, like late 90s, early 2000s.
This is an early 2000s one.
Yeah. Yeah, they were pretty dope. I mean, I liked them. I like the logo. They had some pretty beefy.
It played 25 hertz on my old amp with authority.
Wow.
I don't know what it is about this Skull amp I just got, but it does not want to play anything below 30.
Really?
It just doesn't sound right.
I've heard people say that. I haven't noticed it on the ones that I've done, but yeah.
The box I have is tuned to 30, and with my old amp, it peaked around 28. Like it just got down, and now it's completely flopped and just doesn't sound the same. It's louder.
Yeah.
Isn't as musical in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
it's an enclosure you made yourself, right?
It's one I picked up from a buddy of mine that he had custom built for a Resilient Sounds Platinum 12.
Oh, okay.
I had 315s at the time for a little thing I was messing around with. And then he was like, hey, you want my old box? I was like, I don't know if I have the funds for it. He's like, $30, you can have it. I couldn't say no.
Yeah, it's like you can't afford to say no. Situation.
It's triple baffled, 2.75 cubes, tuned to 30 with a curved port. Wow. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, $30.
$30, I'm not gonna like.
I feel them though, because if you've built a bunch of enclosures, like what do you do? Rip it apart and set it on fire, or like sell it to somebody super cheap,
or whip the baffle off of it like this box and re-baffle it.
Yep.
That's the stuff I do. Is we baffle boxes and do something with it. Paid $5 for this box.
There you go.
Sealed 2.5
cubes. I threw away 3 enclosures just the week before last because I didn't want to mess with cutting them back up and redoing them. So I tossed.
Depending on what they are, usually that is like I have one sitting over there that I'm throwing away.
Yeah.
I just haven't been able to do it and haven't done it. This room is full of nothing but audio, and it is a mess right now. Like just sitting next to me is just radios.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe how much this area doesn't look so small.
There's 40 of these in this room.
Small. I've got stuff in every cranny in this. You're inspiring people to do their own budget box builds now.
I need to get a video, like actually do a video of it. I just haven't put it back together.
Yeah.
I have one of the 8s that I think is starting to die. It actually has a shifted modal from the factory. I realized it a couple weeks, like looking at it, and I was like, that might be a problem. It's not rubbing, but the magnet isn't centered. It's just completely off. But the pole is centered. I'm like, that's a little rough.
That still works, huh? All right, Cody, the 5 minutes is up. You're welcome to chat and chill in the background, the green room. And if you want to cycle back through or not, either way, man, good chatting with you.
I'll hang out.
All right. All right. We got the beard, the bearded. Let me see. Let me think about this. I don't want to throw off nicknames just loosely. I have to think about it. I had to
Okay.
think about
Okay.
which would be the perfect beard audio combination. If you guys have suggestions, specifically Jesse, Jesse's good with the puns. He could come up with a good beard audio name. So what's up, Sean? What you got going on, man?
Man, I was trying to get my son to sleep, and he was not going to sleep. I thought I was gonna not outlast him.
Yeah.
So finally I'm like, bud, you gotta go to bed. I got stuff to do. Go to bed.
You're over there feeding him NyQuil.
Oh my God. One little melatonin there, bud. There you go. But
DIY's got one, the bearded bass head. Okay. I like that one. Beardo bass.
Beardo bass.
Okay.
I thought about shaving it, because the bad thing is that a lot of people's only seen me with a beard, but I don't always have a beard. It's kind of like your hair, you know?
Yeah, dude, I feel like I won't even recognize you if you shave that. I'm scared. I'm scared if you shave it.
Yeah, I'm like 10 years younger without it, so.
Yeah.
But you guys are talking about stereo equipment. It's funny. I'm sitting in front of two enclosures. I don't know what I'm going to do with. You guys are propped up on a Loxus cap or Oxus cap, and I got 5 amps sitting right here. So I'm like, man, it's not just me. So
yeah, that's how it be, man. We just got stuff everywhere.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It just eventually it's going to end up in a burn pit, probably.
The GOAT of car audio.
Yeah, there you go. I want to make a tagline. Anybody gets a good one, I'm making a tagline. I was trying to come up with a YouTube video today, and I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do.
You don't keep them on your phone?
Dude, I had like 3 saved up, and I've used them all, and I've been lazy, and I've been busy at work, and I just haven't made another one.
Dude, no, I mean ideas.
Oh, so ideas?
In my notes app, I have ideas. Like I might be sitting on the toilet and be like, that's a good idea. Get on the notes app. Put down video idea.
I have 3 books. 3 books I write in notes. YouTube ideas, just one after another, after another, after another. And I've done like 75% of them. And the rest of them are like, shit, I got to build, I got to build a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like,
those are good. But I try to think of also that, like, you got to have some that eat like I don't feel like getting involved in a deep project today.
Yeah.
You got to have those ideas.
Yeah, the quick ones. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I did go today, and a guy, local business guy here in town, bought him a 2-story houseboat down on the lake, which is about an hour away. And he's like, hey, you're the stereo guy I see on YouTube and Facebook. I want you to put a stereo in it for me. And I'm like, because I don't like doing installations for other people.
No.
I don't like doing that.
Refuse to do. I will not do it. Install for somebody. I mean, you have to be like a very close, like your family.
Yeah. And I'm like, and I went down and looked at it, and it doesn't look like it's going to be too hard, but a 40-year-old houseboat with spaghetti wiring in it from the 80s. And I'm just like, he's like, I want Sirius radio, and I want this speaker to have a shutoff switch, and this would have a
you come to the wrong guy.
And I'm like,
you see all this old shit I have? This is what I know to do.
Yeah. And especially an hour away on the dock.
Yeah.
I can't, if I need something, I can't just go get it. I'm 45 minutes away from anywhere. I'm like, I got to talking to him, and the money better be right. It better be damn good if it's going to happen. So,
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, if someone asked me, I said, to be honest with you, if you paid a good shop, you're going to get a better result than I would have done for you, cheaper.
Yeah.
Because for one, I'm slow. 2, like, I don't have very much time between working a full-time job and shooting videos, as you know.
And taking care of the family.
Yeah. And it's like, so I had to squeeze that in somewhere.
Yeah.
And I would have to squeeze you in, and it would be like here and there. And it's not worth it for me or them.
See, what I do is that on my projects, I don't care. I'm just cramming wires in, and I don't care what it looks like. Other people's projects, I'm taking the time to make it look good, and I'm doing everything correctly. Mine, I'm just like, and then everything's, whatever. I'll get to it another day. But
Jesse's got it
it's
right here. For
stressful.
Marine. Take what you charge for car and triple it.
Yeah.
Those guys love paying money for
Oh my
stuff.
God.
They have boats. I mean, that should let you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bust out another 1,000.
I told him, I said, I can get you, I kind of done the sticker shock thing where I'm like, look, dude, I can get you $20 speakers or $2,000 speakers. What do you want? And he's like, well, I don't want no $2,000 speakers. I'm like, well, I'm just giving you an idea on what you can get and what, expectations, man. What do you want? Do you want a party boat? Do you just want a little, put some lights in and everybody, whatever? Yeah, it's going to be up to you. So, and then now I got to go through the whole trouble of getting him a budget price and then a mid-grade price because he doesn't want to spend big money.
Yeah. I'll be like, man, just like, here's this shop. That's the thing. I used to have a good shop like Joseph Norton, who is now in California. I just be like, hey, call him. He's going to do you right. Now it's a little hit and miss. I have a buddy that's a very good installer, but he's not installing at the moment. So,
and installers around here there is none. It'd be like, you're the audio guy. I'm like, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the audio guy. Yeah, it's me. So, all right, dude. Well, I'll get back in rotation later on or something.
Right.
I don't know. So, peace out, guys.
Buddy. Yeah, you could kick it in the background if you want. Join in. Either way.
All right, man.
All right. We're on to Electro, but next, El Fuego. Be ready. He's in the background. He's gonna join in.
Well,
so Mr. E, what you got going? Hey, hold up. Is that Candy Andy I see in your background? All right. I like that. Right
the
next
guys
to Cookie
are here.
Monster. Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's here.
Yeah. Very cool. I like that.
I just bit of nostalgia. Do you remember things like this?
Is that that's the power? Is that the Team Rocker Fosgate ones?
They were Gamma X, I think they were called.
Yeah.
Triple X, Gamma.
Dude, Rockford had some of the best accessories. Like when they did the White Wolf series, and then the Gamma, and then they had the Team, I think, and they had some of the coolest, the amp-shaped distribution blocks. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, it's not working perfectly. There it goes.
Yeah. Dude, those were the coolest. They had the DSM version too. I like those. I was particular to those because that was kind of the amp that was out when I really started getting into audio. So
yeah, you got the old
Symmetry. Nice.
Yeah, EPX2. That's all just come recently out of my car. Got all the old stuff. For nostalgia, I put this back in my car.
Yeah, the White Wolf. There you go.
Nostalgia only.
Yeah. What's a cool voltmeter?
There's nothing.
Oh, it doesn't even have a voltmeter. Oh,
no, it's just the gold top. There's no. I didn't think they did a voltmeter back when I got that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just all the old. I have all the end caps as well.
That's a shot. Those end caps are worth more than the amp.
Yeah, that's it. This is the 550X. Although I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this style. Yeah, I always loved all my black and grind.
Yeah.
400.
And I was a series just before those. So, but they were called the Trans-Ana, and they were great.
I've got some of them.
Yeah.
I've got some of them. Here's the big boy, which is a bit disappointing, which is the
800.
Power 800.
Yeah. I just sent one of those to David to work on for me. Yeah, that's like one of the Rockford Fosgate amps. It did rated, but not like the rest of the Rockford amps.
Yeah. But it's all being upgraded because I have a tiny little car with a 1 liter engine, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And so everything's going T-Series now. Power.
There you go.
So that's the new build. Hopefully it'll be in a couple of weeks. So, and most of that will be used.
What mids are you using? What speakers?
FNQ 1614s.
Nice.
which are the old Rockford Fosgate original. Is it that made by MB Quart or something? Was it when they bought out?
I think they might be a Rockford original, the Fanatic Q series.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah.
They have like a weird cone, like I don't know what's like. Hard to describe it. It's like a honeycomb cone type look. They're still in the car. And I have my rear speakers. I have a called Phas, P-H-A-S-S. They're very big in Japan and they cost a fortune. Back in the day, all my gear's 25 years old, apart from the new amps, basically. But it will all be powered by this.
Oh, dude, I've owned probably 6 80PRSs, and here's what happens with them. I love them for a minute, then I get to a point where I hate them. I get mad, I sell it, and then I get in a situation where I kind of didn't. Now this is before the prices went stupid for those. Before they stopped production, I was just cycling. I probably had 5 or 6 of them since 2012. I've had tons of them, and I remember I made a Kenwood video talking about this is the 80PRS killer. Oh, you've never used the 80PRS?
Oh,
dude,
yes.
I have used the 80PRS more than probably anybody to speak to this. Like, I lived and died with this head unit, but it's a great head unit. Oh, is that the 360?
360. Yeah, I've had this for about 4 years.
Yeah.
Not used it yet. I kept with the EPX2, but
story of my life.
I
got a plan for it. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, it will happen in this new build anyway, and then I'm going to go blow these little Brazilian Thai cars away.
There you go.
That's the plan.
When you do it, even though you have an accent, I feel like you should just scream America, America.
It's all. Well, the worst thing is, right, Rockford stuff is not cheap in Thailand. Right. It's very expensive. But on the back of Rockford Fosgate, you won't be able to see it properly on this camera. Oh well, keep disappearing. Anyway, they're made in Thailand. All these amps are made in Thailand.
Really?
Yeah. But they cost twice the price in Thailand than they do in America. There's no import costs. The tax is very little, 7% here. Yet it's twice the price of America. Crazy.
Maybe they ship them to America and then they ship them back.
I'm trying to find the factory. And I'll go dumpster diving. See what they've thrown away.
Fro is in the house. What's up, Fro? All right, man. That's 5
cheers.
minutes. The alarm didn't go off, but like I said, you're welcome to stay in the background. We're going to El Fuego, and then the Sean next. Yeah, love it.
There's Baba, Andy, Cookie, and the rest.
The whole crew. That's a motley crew, my friend. A motley crew.
Yeah. All right.
Mr. Fuego, are you in the house?
Mr. Vega, how's it going?
Man, how are you doing?
Well, I can tell you this. I'm coming live from room 505 at my local medical inpatient rehabilitation facility. So hence the background that you see. So
yeah. Hey.
So I still got a ways to go. Hopefully I can get back to audio stuff next month, I'm hoping. So
yeah. That'd be great, man. They said there hasn't been a fire in a few months now since December, and they're ready for you to get back. They need it.
Yeah. Hey, I did have a few shout outs I wanted to give. Number one is just to the audio community in general. I got an overwhelming amount of support here in the last couple of months as I've been out and dealing with health issues. So appreciate everybody in the community. I saw that you popped on live from New York. That was cool. So,
yeah. I don't know if you could hear me, but yeah, it was crazy.
I could hear you, definitely. Were you there for New Year's? Was that
We
the
were
plan?
there just before New Year's, and
Okay.
because we left after Christmas, so we were back in Pennsylvania for New Year's, but yeah, we had to go see the tree and all that. So
Yeah. So another shout out, just before I went out ill, I received a Christmas present from one David Kozlik.
oh man, what'd you get?
I got a Rockford Fosgate Punch 150 HD.
Oh man,
And this thing is very, very nice. And so I hadn't had any time to really play with it because, I got it and then I was out. But I think what I'm going to do with that, Rob, and thank you very much for sending me those Orion XTR8s. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge those down to 4 ohms and run a mono off the Punch 150 HD.
oh yeah, that'd be perfect.
I think that would sound really good. So I haven't had a chance to track down the box I'm going to use yet. I really want to do an old school bandpass box like they used to have. Obcon back in the 90s.
That would be
so
dope.
I got the guy is still around, the creator of all that. He's still around, lives about a half hour from me. And his shop right now, they cut plexi and do 3D printing and stuff like that. So I'm just going to show up there one day when I get better here and talk to him about building me a box or at least giving me the plans and then cutting the Lexon for it, or
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would be cool, man. Opcon was so huge back in the day. It's like they were. Now I'm not gonna say that they were the Gately of that era, but they kind of were,
Yeah, very, very popular. I didn't know how popular they were because it was a Northwest thing, and I had no idea that they were outside of this area. So
yeah.
with sales.
So have you been at least put your hands on some audio then? Are you fiending? Do you having withdrawals?
The only piece of audio that I have put my hands on in the last 67 days, not that anybody's counting, is the HifiVega boombox that I got from you.
Oh, nice, man.
I had my wife bring that in. I just plug it into the wall, and then Bluetooth connect to it with my computer. So
did you piss off anybody in the rehab facility with it?
Yeah, I mean, there's people screaming and people just rolling their walkers into your room in the middle of the night. You never know what you're going to get around here. I'll tell you that. So, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the last shout out I had was it was just in February. It was my 50th birthday, which I share a birthday with Kicker, and my boy Baba got me a pair of Kicker gold letter 12s.
Oh man.
For my birthday. So I am super stoked about that. I've been literally dreaming about how that's going to go down, what kind of box, what amps I'm going to run, all of that.
Whatever box it is, you have to invert them. So keep that in mind. I can't live with those rib surrounds, Fuego.
Yeah, I'm half tempted to do like I don't know. It's hard to say. I was half tempted to upfire them and then put the mirrors on the inside like they used to old school, so you can see the magnets.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know. I haven't done enough thinking about it yet, but
yeah. I mean, listen, you got time to think now. Just you know what you need? Now go real old school and just like sketch it out on paper. You need some old Crutchfield magazines or new ones, and then you start circling them like the Toys R Us catalog. I mean, that's how I did it.
Exactly. So that's more or less why I want to pop on and give some shout outs. I appreciate everybody's support, and with any luck, I'll be back into it full swing
man.
here next month.
Yeah, I'm glad, or I hope you're doing a little bit better. But yeah, man, you had us all worried.
I had myself worried.
Yeah.
I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'm on the better side of bad.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, get better because there's cars to burn down.
Yeah.
And we need you with your Fuego puns back in full force.
All right.
All
Take
right,
care.
buddy.
Thanks
You
for
too.
having me, Rob. Bye.
Sean, what's up?
What's up, Vega? Couldn't stay away forever.
What you got? What you got to talk about now?
Since we're on the topic of builds, I'm just curious. Have you ever? Well, what's the biggest build that you've ever done? I suppose.
I've never done a huge build. The biggest build I've probably ever done was 412s, 415s. Okay, 415s. But let me talk about the 412s because they were louder. Kicker XPLs in prefab box sealed. I think that I did a 149 with those on the dash. That was 2 Orion, 225s. There was actually 4 of them. 2 of them were for mids and highs. 2 were for subs. I did a 149. I had 415s with actually more power that did a 148. And then I've had a single 12 build, Kicker L7, the first generation, is like 2001. I did a 151 with that on a Crystal 15 or 1200 watt amp. So I've had not very big systems. The biggest one has been 415s, and it wasn't even the loudest.
So you did 152 on a single L7. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that one. And matter of fact, I called Kicker. I don't remember who I talked to and got the box specs from them. I told them, I was like, I don't want the factory. I just want something that's going to get loud. And it didn't sound great. It got loud though. It was not for sound. I think it was like 3.5 cubes, tuned to maybe like 35 hertz, somewhere around that range. So
I've never done any SPL builds or anything like that. I know they do the DB drags, I believe, in Indianapolis once a year, which is like a month or so after my industry's Ultimate Callout Challenge. It's where all the diesel guys come together and showcase their products in Indianapolis, the same location, same parking lot, and everything.
Yeah. That's for the diesel tuning.
Yeah, basically the diesel pickup trucks, guys will like to go check out turbochargers, transmissions, tuning.
Mm-hmm.
They do dyno pulls, tractor pulls, and quarter-mile runs, just showcasing all the biggest names in the industry.
Wow. That sounds cool. I'd go there and check that out.
And probably the biggest build I've ever done was in a boat. It wasn't like an SPL setup, but it was 2 monoblock Memphis amps, 1 4-channel. The guy had me put in 4 10-inch Memphis 10-inch Memphis Marine subs, 4 of the 6x9 Marine speakers, all new wiring, and a Kenwood Marine radio. So it was a pretty involved build.
Yeah. I've heard some boats where the subs on them, if they were in a car, it's probably like a 160 build. But you just I'm talking loud as hell. I've heard one with 415s. They were JL Audio W6s, or they were 13s. Yeah, they weren't 15s, they were 13s. But they were getting it.
Yeah, it's honestly insane how loud some of those boats get because they have very large, like, vocal drivers of some kind, mid ranges, but they play bass like really low. It's like a subwoofer that plays full range almost, and they have like these tower speaker assembly things. And some of those systems, I mean, it's insane how much people spend on Marine stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Marine, they spend the money. Like cardio guys, SPL guys spend a ton of money, but as a general consumer, Marine builds are expensive as hell, and they spend a lot of money on them.
Yeah, he has a Sonic. It's like a cigarette style boat. Big black Chevy, all that.
Yeah.
And the previous owner put all car audio stuff in, of course. So you could tell what the rest of the equipment looked like after being in a boat for 10 years.
Yeah.
But he had a large back seat area which was blowing through essentially with all those subs. So I was able to reuse those, install the new ones. And honestly, the first time I fired it up, it sounded horrible because I had the seat cover off.
Yeah.
And I put the seat cover on and it changed the sound immensely. Like I was shocked. Like it went from, not having any kind of sound to just really deep bass. And I was pretty impressed for just a, free air subwoofer essentially, but the bottom of the seat cover being on is like having a box.
that kind of made the enclosure then.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I've never done a build on a boat. I've seen them, but I've never helped anybody do one on it. So I just don't have any experience with them. But they look cool.
Yeah, definitely a pain in the ass because I had to cut out all 6x9 holes because somebody put 6x9 speaker covers over 6x8 kicker car speakers. So I had to fill in that hole. I could not leave that there.
That's funny. Oh, man. All right. Well, the time is up. Appreciate you joining again. And we'll cycle through to Mr. Cody. Hey. Cody in the house.
Yeah, turn my phone back up.
What up?
Not much. One thing I wanted to add was Andy, Living Loud with Andy. He has a demo video of the 8s.
Oh, does he?
He does, and he has not shared it with anybody that I know of.
Oh, what the hell, Andy? What are you doing?
Like, I know he has it because I snagged him at the end of Slam last year.
Yeah.
And then I had a build idea I've always wanted to do, and I wanted to know if you thought it would be dope as well.
All right, what is it?
I want to get like a extended cab Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
And do 6 to 8 15s infinite baffle flat wall.
I mean,
just for the fun of it.
So my buddy Chris, who lives here local, he had a Mazda, the B2200, and he had 812s in it in the extended cab portion though, not a blow through. And dude, he was like doing 155, 156. They were all sealed. I think he was using the Orion concept. But yeah, I think it'd be cool.
It's something I've always wanted to do, and the way I want to do it is to honestly make it a sound quality build. Just have that knob that I can just let it just bury it one day and float clicks.
That's the gravy, man. So, listen, you can have good sound, but you got to have the gravy. If there's no gravy, then what's the point?
Right now, that's all my car is just gravy.
Yeah, it's all gravy.
It's all gravy.
Oh, Jesse asked, he said, what front stage are you running?
Right now, I'm running some old school Lockwood Fosgate P1 6x9s.
Nice.
Like 2001, maybe 2010-ish.
Yeah.
And some warm-up power acoustic Tweedles on a Jensen amp with the built-in DSP.
Oh, the one, did Derek test that one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it screams.
Nice.
So if the doors are ohming out closer to 2 ohms, each door is getting closer to like 130 watts.
Yeah.
So I say they'll get between 80 and 130. That's still a lot of power per door.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty serious.
And
what's the did you ever say what the vehicle was?
It's a 2005 Hyundai Elantra GT.
Nice. My wife bought we bought brand new a 2007 Elantra sedan.
That's the year right after mine, like body style.
The different body style.
Yep.
Dude, she loved that little car. Matter of fact, she ended up rolling that car over. And
it still drove.
Dude, the airbags saved her life. They literally saved her life. It had all the side curtain airbags and all that.
If I get in an accident, mine, there's a guarantee the airbag won't go off. my airbag lights on. So we don't think about that.
Hey, you
But
just got to be careful, man.
I got coilovers on it now from a Tiburon, so I did that because I needed to put shocks in it anyway from the weight of the base. So I got tired of it.
Jesse said he's got a set of 6.5 Savard rack components for you. Hit him up on Facebook or email me your address, and I'll put you in touch.
Yeah, nice. It's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't put them in my doors no more unless I put my spare door panels back on. I cut my old door panels to fit the 6x9s.
Of course you did. Why wouldn't you?
If there was a way of sending a photo, I would send a photo of my door panels. If you see the video, Andy's video, you'll see them. I also have Kickoff KS crossovers.
Oh, okay.
I found them in the junkyard years ago.
Later,
years
Jester.
ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I respect it, man.
It
Falling on a
jams.
budget. Yeah.
I have under $200 in the entire car, and I still have an excess power battery. I got that on the steal.
An excess power battery is like almost $400.
Yeah, a buddy of mine got it from a friend, and then he was like, "Hey, do you want this battery?" I'm like, "Sure." And he's like, "Give me $30. I need it out my way."
Damn, how come everyone just giving you everything for $30? Is that the price? Do they know that you're not going to say no at $30?
And I didn't have the money, but
yeah, it's like you can't afford not to do it. This is just what happens.
He offered me his 2 AGMs he has now, and I'm just like, for the price you want, I could save a little more and go lithium. So just trying to buy some C-Maxes from the junkyard.
Tell them to hit you back up when they're $30. Oh man! All right, Cody, we'll put you in the background. Go to Mr. Mullen, and then we're gonna go to that guy that I couldn't remember his name earlier.
No, that's all good.
All right, good chat, man. Mr. Mullen, what's up?
Hey, I'm gonna jump on the Andy hate train right now.
He has a hate train?
Yes, he has a video of me from Slam in his car, and I have yet to see it on his channel.
Dude, listen, I'm down. Let's get on the Andy hate train. I just gotta think of something I hate about Andy. I need some time. I don't know what it is, but I'll come up with something.
Are you going to Slam this year?
When is it?
June. It's right before my birthday. June 17th or 18th or something like that. You're not. Are you going to be on a cruise?
No. Here's what's happening. The old school stereo meet's going to be June 3rd.
Okay. Well, this is like a week or two after. So.
But check it out. So I'm flying out for that because that's going to be in South Carolina. Yeah. Then on the 8th, I'm flying to Vegas.
Okay.
So 2 weekends in a row. That would be literally the third weekend in a row.
Okay. Well, what's wrong with that? Yeah. Okay. But see, Slam. The thing is, Slam is the ultimate show for bass.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody's going to be there. I know. Well, I'm going to be there. I know Scott's going to be there. David, pretty sure David's going this year. Baba's going to be there. Who else is going to be there? I think Andy's going. I don't know, but it's an awesome show.
Yeah. Beers and Subwoofers Incorporated.
I need more beers. Yeah, that's what I need. But
dude, I should be going to Master Tech. I wish I was. I tell you what, I definitely want to go to Scraping.
Scraping the Cup?
Yeah, because that's closer to me, and I get to kick it at the beach. So but I don't know. I don't know if Slam's in the cards this year.
It's, if you can make it. I've been to last year of all the shows I went to, Slam is always the best one.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Excess Power show. I love the Sundown show. Sundown was probably the number 2 show, but Slam is always, and it's not just because it's the closest one to me, but it's the best show out of all of them. So it's just, there's so much room and so many people, and there's so much stuff going on.
Yeah. I'd love to go. That's a show I want to go to, but I don't know if it's in the cards this year since everything came at once.
Yeah.
Because see, what I'm doing is I'm taking off Thursday and Friday from work, and then the entire next week.
Yeah. I don't know how long a drive it would be for you. I don't know. Are you more of a flying person or a driving person?
I hate flying, but also like for the sake of time, I sometimes have to fly. Like South Carolina.
Yeah.
Like if I go to Derek's, it's a definite fly because that's 15 hours.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I have drove it straight by myself, but that's intense, man.
Yeah. See, last year I went to 2 shows and they were both, I think it was like 8 or 9 hours away, 10 hours away.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting in the car for nine hours by myself, just like, okay, driving up and down the mountains trying to get to Sundown.
Well, see, that when we met you in Kentucky, I flew to Derek's and then we drove 10 hours back to the show in Kentucky. You want to know the funniest part? We didn't even turn on the radio. We were just talking the whole damn time.
Dude, that would be awesome. Though. I'd have somebody to talk to. I just don't have nobody to talk to on the way there.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good drive back?
Oh, yeah. We missed, but we were going to stop at Buc-ee's. Derek missed the damn turn. I swear he did it on purpose. He's seen too many people there. He's like, no.
It's packed, man. I've been to a couple times, and it is packed every time I go in there.
Yeah. I've been to lots of Buc-ee's, but not that one. Not that particular one.
Yeah. It was finals was okay. It was okay. Yeah. I was so used to, like I was telling you guys, I was so used to there being tons of manufacturers there. Like when I would go back in the 90s, it was 75% manufacturers and 25% competitors. And then this year, what they had 3 manufacturers there? Yeah. I think it was SoundCube, Ground Zero, 4, American Base, and Def Bonds. That was it.
Yeah. What was an Incriminator there?
They were there with their vehicles, but I don't.
Yeah, but not as a thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the one show, the best show of the year, is gonna be the Old School Stereo Meet.
I'm thinking about going to that too.
This is why, because it's all just hobbyists. We're all out there to have a good time. You have time to spend with people and their vehicles.
Yeah.
We're sitting there BSing the whole time. Do a little chat, fireside chat if you want to call it, but then we usually, we'll have lunch, eat dinner, and we're just hanging out the whole time, talking audio.
Yeah. And I looked it up already. It's almost 10 hours for me. So it's like, oh God, do I add a 10-hour drive right before Indy? And I think that's the weekend of Mom's birthday and all that stuff. I'm like, oh.
See, man, you just wanted me to fly 3 weeks in a row, so I don't want to hear it. I ain't hearing it.
Yeah, dude.
I'm fixing to get on the Mullen hate train.
Hey, bring it in.
I'm off the Andy hate train. I'm on the Mullen hate train.
You know as well as I do, the more haters you have, the more popular you are on YouTube.
I guess so. That's why I'm not very
Bring on the haters. I'll take them. I will take them. All right, man. I'm out of here. Later, guys.
What's up, Rob?
Formerly known as RGA. What's going on, man?
Not much. Just chilling out on a Saturday. I caught that you were live, and I saw Fuego after I just got done driving. I'm doing some stuff with my truck this weekend because my work schedule changed. I'm thinking about doing a build in the old girl, but I got some other mechanicals to do first.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, you got the Tower of Fosgate behind you to keep you company. So
Yep. Good old
Tower, not Fosgate, but Vega. Yeah. So what's going on, man? How you been?
Oh man, just working. I got in a new job a few months back, man, that just drove me into the ground. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And it burned me out. I wound up having to let it go, and it kind of sucked, but it took me out of the community for a while. And I had signed an NDA for the company I had gone to work for, kind of prohibited me from making YouTube videos. And then I just didn't have time for the hobby, and I'm getting back into it. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, heck yeah. So what's going on? Home audio, car audio?
I'm actually looking at car audio. My buddy Hal, not to rain on anybody's parade, was trying to convince me to get a deck for my truck because I've just run the stock head unit, for and a high level converter for the longest time. I never really got serious about doing a build with it because I had, brakes and other stuff. It's an OBS Chevy or GMC. And he bought this Serwin Vega deck, and it's the most pathetic excuse of a deck I ever saw. claims 200 watts, and it's like it got me to thinking, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Like back in the day, we had the Blaupunk California or Amsterdam or all those brands that were around that actually had something to offer. Now even some of the best brands are like,
yeah, dude, Blaupunks. You picked out the perfect one because back in the day they were so dope. It's like, oh, they're simple, they're very high end. Now it's just straight up garbage. I think they do sell a head unit still for like $400 or $500. Who the hell's gonna buy that?
Especially with the competition being as I guess I don't know if I'd say it's more diverse, but it's kind of more of an even playing field to me when it comes to like heads and stuff. Like I've noticed, I'm gonna get shot with the dart gun here. I've noticed like ever since the dual era, when Best Buy started selling like the dual and some of the other off-branded stuff, everybody just sort of kind of went that way. Like you get those decks that are like that deep, claiming 200 watts. It's just absurd. So I'm kind of looking around at head units myself. You got any recommendations, Rob?
Yeah, man, 80 PRS.
Well,
that could be one.
I've always been
shouting out. He don't want to turn off his heater. I don't blame you.
He's just trying to get you off the hate train.
Yeah. No, I'm on the Mullen hate train. Didn't you hear? I jumped off the hate train. I'm on to the Mullen hate train. Yeah. No, man. I would say if you want a cheap head unit, the Kenwoods from the X304 to the 704. All of them are under $200. They're single din. They're pretty high quality for what you're paying, in my opinion.
Okay. I'll start looking in that direction.
Yeah.
It's like watching all the car audio stuff and being as far into home audio as I am, I'm kind of coming back into the car audio because doing all the work to my truck. And I love my sounds, but I know how to get sound out of just about any damn thing. But if I'm really going to put something in it, I want something I don't like touch screens. So I'm thinking, I miss my old DEQ 2600, my old Pioneer. I love that damn thing. Had the EQ with the Q curve, and that thing was nice. Yeah, but I haven't found anything.
There's options out there for you. Well, I mean, whatever head unit you can get, throw a DSP in there, and then problem solved. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, an audio control would do some wonders.
Yeah. Get the DSP, man. Even if it's a DSP and an amp.
Right.
I've been playing with the JBL today. That the little DSP in there is not bad. It's pretty solid, honestly.
No, I'm out of coffee, babe. I'm gonna go out and smoke. Yeah, DSP, I'm a big fan of it. I had the Dayton Audio DSP with the U-Mic 1 and all that shit for my home stereo. I fell in love with it. My first experience with actual DSP was a Behringer iPuke amp I had, supposedly 1,000-watt thing. And it was a gutless wonder, but I absolutely freaking loved the DSP and the ability to do parametric EQ curves and limiters and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It just adds so much more flexibility to about any install.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can take something that wasn't meant to sound great and do something decent with it.
That's what I love about the hobbyist side of the audio thing, the DIY and the guys that get creative. Like he was talking about a Jensen amp. I hadn't heard of anybody using a Jensen amp in 20 years.
Yep. Yeah, they come back. All right, man. Well, Tom, you're 5 minutes up. I appreciate you joining. Good chat.
Good to see you, and watch out for the severe weather Monday, Rob.
Yeah, for sure, man. You have a good one. Stay safe.
Bro.
We are going to end the show with a guy named Fro. What's up, man?
What's up? I hope my mic's working.
Let me see. Let me edit mic settings. All right, give me another one.
Is my mic working?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm going to boost it. All right, say again.
My mic.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. It's low, but I can hear you.
All right.
So what's up, man? What you got going on?
Master Tech next week.
Oh, that's going to be
Looking forward
fun.
to that. Yep. A lot of tuning lately. Playing with the new Audison amplifiers.
Yeah.
Good times.
And I heard you were gonna have to stream.
Yeah, Fernando and I are going to go live for an hour.
That'll be fun.
Oh yeah. Yep. Good times.
How was Master Tech last year? I wanted to go this year. I just couldn't make it.
All right, I'll tell you the honest truth. Show is great, but I thought it was going to be masters teaching master techniques, at least on like integration side, and it was very fundamental. So my boss said, "Hey, what'd you take away from this?" And I said, "Ask the other guy, because everything they taught me I already knew." So
it was like focused towards DIYers, I would guess. Then
it was focused towards more entry level. Here's the fundamentals of audio. You should know that before you ever show up to a master show, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously the fabrication's all master high-end stuff.
Right.
But that's not really my wheelhouse anymore. It's not my side of it. So this year's looking to be way better than last year, in my opinion, but I won't know until I get there.
Yeah. I mean, it looks fun. I'd love to go. I think it'd just be fun to hang out.
That's kind of a lot of rubbing elbows. I mean, that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you meet one new guy and he teaches you one thing one time. It's worth going.
Yeah. And that's always the best part. It's just hanging out. Any show, just meeting people, hanging out, chopping it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the best part of any show. I always had the most fun with that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're gonna have new products there. That usually happens every time. See it now, see it then, whatever. That really is a minimal part of it, unless you have something specific kind of in your business model that they come out with that you would use every day. But
yeah. Well, and they actually have a bunch of other stuff, like not specifically just audio related, right?
Oh yeah, they do. I mean, last year during the fab class that we took, they had a guy that was showing us how to stitch seats. Did it fit what we were doing? No, but I mean, there were 1 million people in the, automotive, I don't want to call it sewing, whatever, upholstery business that were there just for that. And they took from start to finish the whole class. And I guarantee you those guys learned a lot from like Matt Schaefer and Gary Bell about fabbing, because it's all about interior building. And that's exactly what they do all day. So,
yeah. That's in Arizona,
Tempe.
Right?
Yeah, Tempe.
Arizona. Okay. The birthplace of car audio, some might say.
Well, yeah, Rockford.
Yep. Rockford. Orion was there at one point. MTI or MTI, MTX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously Brian's there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically it's in Mesa. Rockford and Brian are both in Tempe, but they're right next to each other. So, but yeah, good times to come.
So what's you've been going on, man? Been doing any crazy installs?
Not lately.
Really?
We just got done with like about 8 inches of snow. So my stores actually was closed for 3 days. I worked at a different store, but what do you do?
Yeah, that's crazy. I know a few of them were complaining that the tax time money's rolling in, so they're getting a lot of BS installs coming up, pulling out Walmart equipment.
Yeah, that is kind of standard. I mean, we're in the lull where people aren't sure if they're going to get money back or not.
Yeah.
And, it always plays out towards sometime in March when if they've got money, they're going to come in and we're going to spend it with us. But
yeah,
you can't tell right now. It's all a mystery. As far as builds go, I guess the latest thing we do an event called the Portland International Auto Show, and we do a build right there on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like the auto show where they show all the new cars, but they have a section called the garage, and we do a build right there on the floor. We actually did 3. We did a motorcycle with a full Rockford system, a Lambo with a Escort laser system or radar system.
Damn.
And then we did a brand new Bronco, and it got Miele Pro 3-ways in the front, 2 of the new Audison Forza amps, and then a Audison or a Hertz sub on the back.
Wow.
Tuning that during a show is a bit of a challenge with all the noise, but
I bet
I got it close enough.
Dude, those Bronco systems, I've heard people say they suck. Like the factory ones are pretty bad.
Well, here's the problem. You start with the radio. The radio chooses when it wants to clip based on the temperature. So it'll clip at 22 when it's cold. Once it warms up, it starts clipping at 16. So you got to tune everything to 16.
Right. That's funny. So what are the big brands you guys work with at your shop? What are the big sellers?
Biggest ones as far as speakers go, it's going to be Hertz for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of kicker too, Focal. And then as far as like amps go, it's usually JL, Audison we're doing more of, and then lots of Rockford. We do lots of Rockford anyway because we do a lot of marine and we do an insane amount of side-by-sides. We actually go down and do 2 events a year at the beach where we install right there on the beach. It's cool.
Damn.
Yeah, it's usually good times, crazy, but it's fun.
Yeah.
But tons of Rockford in that sense. And then as far as subs go, it's JL, Rockford, kicker. We carry some kicker. That's usually about it.
Yeah. Do they let you drink beers when you're doing installs on the beach?
No.
Damn, man. See, listen, it's almost the dream job, right? You're on the beach doing installs, but then they actually want you to work. Like if you can just kick it, drink beers, do installs on the side.
Here's the difference, though. So, a full side-by-side install for one good installer who does the full thing start to finish. If he's hauling, he's going to get it done in about 5 hours. When we're down there, they want it done in 2.5. And there's a bunch of us on it, but still, it's just crazy. The guy says, "Here's my keys. I'll be back in 2.5 hours. I'm going to go drink some beers."
Yeah, I'm gonna drink beers while you work your ass off.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh man, that's fun though. It would take me. I think that I install about 9 times slower than anybody. So it'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna be here 2 days.
I doubt it. I mean, I have some guys they're great installers, but they're slower than molasses. And I have other installers that are amazing that are, "You're already done? Are you kidding?"
Yeah.
So it's all, pace.
Yeah. I'm terrible. I do something, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to do this very important thing. Now it's going to be twice as hard doing it now. That's
the biggest problem I had when I installed all the time is I get working on something and I walk back to the bench to grab a tool and there's something sitting there and I start working on it. Forget about whatever I was just working on.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh crap, I got to go back and finish that.
That's squirrel syndrome 101. I've got it bad.
Yep.
It's like, oh, so what was that? Or I'm getting to the age now where I walk into a room like I needed something out of here. Like, what did I come in here to grab? Matter of fact, I did it today. My daughter's like looking at me. She's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm trying to think about what I need. I walked in here for a reason. She started laughing. So I'm at that age now.
I got you beat in 8 years, that's for sure. I during Master Tech this year, I'll turn 51.
Yeah. Wow. Congrats, man.
Not really, but
hey, listen, to still be in car audio, you and Dean, the old man in car audio. Wonder how old the oldest installer is.
We have a gentleman that works for us. He's 56.
Yeah.
I have a guy that's actually, so we own another shop in Boise called Dick Stereo, and we have an installer out there, one amazing installer. He is 65.
Wow, that's
He's
cool.
Getting ready to retire. Oh yeah.
I can't bend it in these cars as it is now. My back's hurting. Like, I got to figure out a better way to do. As a matter of fact, the better way is usually I get my wife. Like, hey, can you get this in there? Like, just squeeze it through and I'll do the rest.
I have no problem getting down there. It's getting back up.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Yeah, you get twisted, get down, twisted, you're back. Yeah.
Old age will do that to you.
Yeah. Oh, man. So next week, Master Tech. Yep. I guess you're flying out.
I fly out Sunday at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Get back Wednesday at like 11 or something.
So it's only like 3 days then?
It's technically, it's 3 actual days.
Yeah.
The main party, like the beginning party, is Sunday night.
Okay.
I guess this year it's like a concert at an amphitheater. I'm not sure exactly.
Damn.
I don't even know who's playing. As long as they got a little bit of bourbon, I'm happy camper. So
exactly. I'd say you just need a little drink and a little music, and you're good.
Yep.
There you go. Looking young for 51.
I don't know. I'll blame my wife and kids for this, but
that's why I don't let my hair grow out too long, because you can start seeing that gray in there pretty bad if it gets too long. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else to talk about? Yeah.
not really.
When
do I retire? When do I win the lottery? I'm waiting for those
exactly. Then you get your own Lambo with a stereo.
No Lambo.
No, I wouldn't.
14 other cars for the same price, but
yeah. Hey, I want a second car, but here's the problem. Like, I keep looking at project cars.
Yeah.
Keep looking. Well, it's like I thought you were supposed to get something better. I was like, no, I just need another one in case this one breaks down. That way, there's always one running.
Yep.
So I don't know. I've been looking at a lot of like early 90s and late 80s Mercedes SLs. Notoriously unreliable, but they just look so damn cool, man.
I think if I would do a project car, I mean, I'd have to have a ton of money to do it.
Yeah.
I think I do like an early 60s Ghia, Carmen Ghia. And then
that's like the most iconic car shape ever.
Yeah, and then but take it so outside would look pretty stock, other than pull the mirrors, but take it into today. So the interior would be like, holy crap, it's a new car inside. Yeah, I instead of having mirrors, I'd have cameras. I want to put adaptive cruise control on it. Whatever. I just want to do it, you know.
Yeah. I just
want that like a 63 Lincoln would be cool too, but
I just want like a 500 SL, almost stock looking outside. Make sure the paint's nice.
Yeah.
And then just a sick. I don't even know what system I'd put in there. I might lean like I've never done a big install with Dyne Audio components. I'd love to try those, but I don't know about amps. You know, I mean,
Moscone. What are you talking about?
Of course, but I've already had Moscone, and it's like I also don't want to do exactly what I want to be. Just like a slight sliver of what everyone else is doing.
Brax, dude, Brax.
Yeah, Brax. Or
I mean, you better have a bunch of batteries because those things are giant. But
yeah, you could do a maybe like an old school Genesis, something crazy.
Yeah,
there's some options out there, but
I would do. I mean, my latest thing's Audison. A huge fan lately.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get a thesis by any means because.
Right.
Well, thank you for spending $14,000 on one.
Last time I messed with Audison was the Bit 10, like the early models, and I was like, man, I don't like this. Like,
nope.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like this one.
No.
But I was the same on the Moscone DSP, the aerospace 4x6, 4-6.
It's hard to use.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, it needs to be intuitive. Oh, okay. Yeah. Audio control is an intuitive processor to use. It's not hard. It's pretty simple. And then up until recently, though, it didn't do a lot of stuff that in my world I needed to do. Of the brands we carry, JL was the first one that would do an all pass filter, for correction for that. Now Audison does it. And the advantage to Audison in this particular case with their new amps is I can fix the stuff before I even tune it because I can fix it on the input side of it, which is super important and it's easy to use.
Right. So, yeah, that's the way to go. I did like the tweak software. I thought it was pretty nice.
Yeah, until you try to use it with the JL Max, the Tune Max. Yeah. That piece it isn't complicated, but certain things you need to do, like I need to adjust the sizing so I can actually see it on the screen.
Yeah.
And they'd talk you through it. You don't see what they're doing.
Really?
So I go to try to do it. Next thing you know, I don't see anything at all.
Yeah.
So
I heard that it's easier to use with the amps because the amps have newer software DSP than the old tweak DSP.
It does. Yeah, it absolutely does. Yeah, and then the VXIs will fix all pass filters with the Tune Max. The tweak will not do it in any way, shape, or form. So not that it's a bad product. If you got an aftermarket radio, half a dozen one or the other. So,
but it's like, damn, JL, like you make both these, make it work. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. And I think they will.
Yeah,
It's just a
it'll be
matter
a
of
new revision.
yeah, I
or
get to
something.
R&D a whole new piece, right? It's not just a
Yeah.
software upgrade in this point. So,
Yeah,
or maybe they'll come out with a tweak 2 and they'll charge more for it or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's how the big guys like to do. But I mean, the tweak is pretty cheap for what it is, anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
Right
I mean,
now.
people will say, "Oh, it's expensive because it's 5 something," and it doesn't do high level input. Well, okay, go buy something that does high level input. You're going to spend 8 to 9. So,
yeah, exactly.
What's the difference? There isn't any. So,
yeah,
you're just buying a piece for what you need. So if you buy, not to throw audio control under the bus, but an 8 to 10, it's $800-900. It does high and low. If you don't need it, you just wasted a bunch of money when you could have bought a different product for less.
Right. Yeah, and it's all about what do you need, how much money you got.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and the advantage to some amps is they'll do all of it. So we'll go comparison, apples to apples. They're about the same price. They have the new Audison AF, what is it, M5.11, which is 5-channel amplifier. And then JL's got the VXI 1005. Price point, they're almost the same. They both technically do high level input, even though JL doesn't say they do, but they do. Yeah. They'll do up to 20 volts of input, but they're not going to tell you that. But Audison does it in a way that's designed to have a high level input when JL's doesn't. So can you still do all the summing? Can you still do all that stuff? Yeah, but it's way more complicated to do. If you're going to spend the money and you're going to just be hooking to an aftermarket amplifier, I'm picking JL just because it's going to be easier to set up and get done. If I have to do high level, I'm going to go with an Audison because I know it's going to do exactly what I need it to do. So
yeah, it's like application specific.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And audio control does both.
Yeah. Well, and that's why they come to you guys, because you guys know this. Like you, Dean, like you guys deal with this stuff every day. So when someone's coming to the shops, like I'm sure people do come in thinking they know what they know and they know it all. And they quickly find out like, oh shit, like, no, these guys actually know what they're doing. They work with it every day.
Yeah, I had a guy, this is years ago. A guy came in, this is back when I sold Morel. And he's like, "Oh, I know everything about car audio." I'm like, "Great, sweet. You know, do you have any preference? Because if you know car audio, you got to have some form of preference of what you're looking for." Yeah. He says, "No." Okay, well then I really know you probably don't. And then he's like, "Well, I want to look at these two." And it was a Hertz product and a Morel product. And I'm like, "Well, here's the benefits if you're going to go passive with an Morel. I get actual Mylar caps. I get air core coils. I get all this stuff." And his face was just blank.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about. Unfortunately, he walked out because I probably made him feel stupid when that wasn't my intention. But
right, yeah. Well, he's the one that said he knew everything.
he did buy from my other store, somebody else, but whatever.
That's funny. Yeah, man. I feel lost in the new stuff myself because I haven't messed with it. I just like telling Dean the other night I picked up the Hertz Cento coaxes because they're pretty efficient. So I want to play with them with this JBL amp and see how they do. The last Hertz that I had, I really didn't care for, but it was like the Desi or the Uno 4-inch.
The D-Cheese?
Yeah, the D-Chi or whatever. And I didn't. They were
coax?
Small. Yeah, the 4-inch.
Yeah, plastic tweeter coax.
Mm-hmm.
They're great if you put them super low in a door because they're brighter than crap.
Yeah.
And you play up.
Yeah, I played with them and I was like, I'm going to step it up, bigger driver, the next line up. Let's see how they do. Because they're efficient. The efficiency is what gets me. Like, I like to have an efficient setup, especially if I'm using a small amp like that. The JBL is only 40 watts by 8.
Yeah. They're they're a little bright for me. Yeah. I'm a Focal fan. Coming from a Focal fan, that kind of says something. But they don't sound bad.
Yeah.
I'm not an overpower guy, but when it comes to Hertz, overpower.
Oh, really?
It actually sounds good. Yep.
Wow.
I'm used to the guy. If you need 70 watts, your speakers take 70 watts, I'll sell you a 75 watt amp.
Yeah.
Hertz are not that way. I mean, we do Cento Pros. It's the next tier up quite a bit. And it says it needs like 80 watts or whatever. And we do 125 to 150 all the time. I don't know.
Nice.
They just sound. It sounds fuller. I mean, do
Yeah.
we turn the gain up? No, of course not. The gain's pretty much off, but still,
Yeah.
the gain's pretty much off, but still,
Right.
just seems to sound
Yeah.
better.
Well, see, like I'm leaning towards bright for these. These are going to be rear fill, but in the troopers specifically, I will try to get a 1-seat tune, but I do want it to just be like loud because it's a test bench for subwoofers and stuff. So like loud's going to be okay as long as I could tame the tweet. If I could tame the tweet and still get that loud projectness, because I'm not going to have them like true rear fills. They're actually going to be louder. So I'm trying to get like a full sound.
But aren't they? Are they? They're all the way in the back, aren't they? On your
all the way in the back.
So you still get the off. You have off axis on the tweeters on those.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the pitch is, 20 degrees or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
But are you tuning it all or no? What do you?
Well, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that JBL amp in there.
Oh, the JBL amp with the processor in it.
With the DSP.
Yeah.
Little 40 watts by 8. So.
Yep. Yeah. Then well, if you got a processor, you can change it to sound like anything you want, pretty much to some extent. So
yeah, that's what I'll do. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the front stage yet. I mean, I kind of like to have a 3-way up there, but I don't know. I don't know. It's the Trooper is such a pain in the ass to do stuff in because it's so obtuse. Like the A panel, the A pillars, there's like this much room behind them.
Yeah, so you'd have to do a surface mount, which looks tacky. But
yeah. So
you have enough channels, obviously. If you got 8 channels, you could go 3-way active. But
yeah, I got the Snowman. I could make them work. I just had to drill into the metal to make them work, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet.
Yeah, I drilling the metal on an A pillar on a Trooper. It's not exactly very big in the first place.
Right.
I don't know if I'd do that.
I know. It's
how big is the grill? Your grill's not in the dash though. It's underneath, isn't it? Where's the factory location?
Oh, it's in the door.
Oh, it is in the door.
The factory location's the little window A pillar door pull out. I've got upgraded tweeters in there now for the tweeters. So I've got the Rockford Fosgate Punch Power or whatever, the T16S or something like that.
So could you just go? Where's the 6 going to go? Low in the door. So could you put the 3 mid height in the door?
Yeah, maybe you could do that. Yeah.
I mean, then they're all on the same axis.
Yeah,
it's easier to tune.
That's a good idea. The only thing I hate about that door is there's only certain speakers that'll fit in there, like that series of Rockford wheel, because there's an outside diameter and an inside diameter, because it's like a BMW where it sits on the door panel itself.
Yep.
And then bolts. Then it kind of attaches to the frame. But I've had a bunch that will not fit. Those will fit. The Kenwood, what is it? The honeycomb looking ones. The
XR or the XRs? No, which one? The yellow ones?
Yeah, the yellow ones. Not the 6.75s, but the 6.5s will fit in there. I actually ran those in there for quite a while.
Yeah.
And there's been a few others I tried that I couldn't get to fit. I could modify it
because it's too deep.
It won't fit. Yeah.
Is it diameter or depth?
It's both. So it needs to be somewhat shallow. It needs to mount in the factory hole. And like the kickers will work, but they're closer to 5 1/4 diameter mounting, and then it needs to fit on the outside of the door, and then it has to be able to fit with the grill over it. So it's it's a pain in the ass. I could just build out a piece of wood or a piece of plastic up from that door and put any 6.5 that I wanted on there. But then it's going to be a plastic piece, not the factory grill. And then
first step then is go see if you can find new door panels, or not new, but a second set you can play with till you're blue in the face. That way you don't destroy your factories.
Yep. Yeah. So that might be what I do. Yeah. Put it in the door. I think I could. It would be tough because there's certain spots that I can't put it because the way it clips together. But yeah.
Sure. Do you have wing windows?
Huh?
Do you have wing windows in there or no?
No.
Okay.
No, but So the way that the motor works in there, it's like, so it's one of those that it's all like you have to unbolt all of it. So you like the whole metal subframe will come out.
Yep.
So it's just it's a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass. Yep. Yep. New cars are similar, except for they bother to take the time to rivet it in. So I have to go take every rivet out and then put nutserts in every spot. And
yeah.
Customer wants to know, why is it costing me an extra $100 to do this? Because it's an extra hour's worth of work. Pretty simple.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, obviously you didn't want to do it yourself.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna log out, man. I appreciate you joining and hanging out for a bit.
Anytime, brother.
All right, buddy. You have a good one.
You too, sir.
See ya. All right, everyone. Appreciate everybody joining. I probably missed a bunch of chats. I hope you guys kept yourselves entertained in chat. But watch my video tomorrow. I'm showing off my new test bench over here. You guys haven't seen it. It'll be coming out like at noon, 1 o'clock, something like that, Central Time. So appreciate y'all, and I will catch you on the next live stream. I always have fun on these. I don't know why I don't do them more often, but I guess it's because I'm lazy. So catch you guys later. Watch my video tomorrow, and that's it.